John Morton, the first-year Jets offensive coordinator who worked under Saints head coach Sean Payton, has had an impressive start to his NFL play-calling career. After a season-ending injury to Josh McCown, Morton will work with Bryce Petty for the first time in game action in Week 15. As Morton heads back to New Orleans, we caught up with Chad Pennington to get his take on Johnny Mo. When Todd Bowles hired John Morton to be his offensive coordinator, a lot of people thought, we know he's been a long-time NFL assistant, but we have no idea how he's going to be as a play caller. What were your expectations for him coming in?
To be honest, I was like a regular fan. I knew nothing either. And I think when you look at his bio and see where he has been, the coaches he has coached with, the systems he's been in, you now see why they have a good system. They really do. And they've been successful with it and done some really good things. It's certainly not stale. And he's done a really good job with his creativity and flexibility in his play calling as well as his game planning.
Do you see some of John Gruden and Sean Payton in his play calling?
No question. You see West Coast principles. You see Sean Payton principles in pushing the ball down the field, being creative with formations and personnels. I think you want to make sure that these coaches have been around a number of different minds. You don't want one mindset. One mindset will get you beat because they can't pull from their bag of tricks when something's not working. And so when you have a coach like Coach Morton who's been around multiple systems, multiple coaches, you know that he has a complete mindset when it comes to developing a game plan and most importantly, being able to make adjustments.
How would you describe the system?
I would describe the system as versatile. I would describe the system as flexible in personnel. And then I would say that it does have some flair to it. It's an equal opportunity system. The ball is going to 5 to 7 playmakers a game.
How has Morton been able to be successful with Jermaine Kearse, who they acquired a couple days before the season, Jeremy Curley, professional receivers, but again, they acquired him very late. I
think Curley and Kearse have been good for Robbie Anderson. I think Robbie has made some strides in developing his game on the line of scrimmage. I think when defenders look at him, they see someone that they could possibly jam on the line of scrimmage and be physical. He's really worked on his releases that you can see that. Curley and Kearse has added that veteran leadership component to that room. Before they got here, Robbie was the guy, which completely changes the whole dynamic in that room. So having Kearse and Curley in the room now allows him to continue to grow and not have to worry about big picture things so much and worry about himself and his development.
How do you like the way Morton's used the backs? He said before the season began, you got to do this thing running backs by committee. Now most people were thinking that means Bilal Powell and Matt Forte, but he took it a step further because the Jets drafted Eli McGuire out of Louisiana and Lafayette. He's contributed as well.
Absolutely, and I think that's where a little bit of the West Coast has helped Coach Morton as well as Sean Payton. Sean Payton has always used multiple backs, multiple receivers. The one constant with Sean Payton has been Drew Brees, and everyone else functions around that quarterback. And so with Coach Morton's system, he's been able to say, okay, what does this guy do well? And don't fit the player into the system, fit the system around the player.
And finally, what do you think the next steps are for this offense?
Probably my biggest goal for the Jets offense would be consistency in decision-making and play-making in critical situations. So whether it's a crucial penalty, a negative yardage play, a turnover, being able to eliminate those things will then increase the productivity. It's not about another special play or a new scheme. It's about eliminating some of those disasters that you can get rid of so you can be more successful.